Hello, this is Patch and welcome back to more of the Curious Expedition, version 1.0.5. And, Alistair Crowley, not a lot to say about him really. Didn't really go according to plan. Didn't from the outset go according to plan. The man's so bad we had to play him twice and we still failed even though we got all the way through to the end. Never mind. But it's never a waste. It's all in experience, and with experience becomes wisdom. Wisdom becomes of the knowledge of knowing where you messed up. And we definitely messed up. So there should be something learned now. I'm not quite sure what. I'm sure I'll process it in the next few days. But as it stands right now, we just know we lost. And that's enough really to be cracking on with our next person. So who is that next person? Let's go and have a gander. So, we're getting to the end, aren't we? 2 people left. This time round, it's Marcus Garvey, politician and founder of the Black Star Line. He's an authoritative leader. Authoritative leader, yeah. Can have 1 additional Trek member, but has lower max sanity. Probably not the best. But before we crack on with that, what do we know about the guy? Well, as it stands, I don't really know a lot about Marcus Garvey. I've had to do my research on him to keep this flowing nicely, just so you've got a little bit of info on each of the explorers that we play with. And pretty interesting guy, all in all. So let's proceed. He was born on the 17th of August, 1887. If it was 1987, he'd be younger than me. 1887 in Jamaica. And he is known to be, like it says there, a politician or political leader, a publisher, a journalist, entrepreneur and founder, here we go, founder of the Universal Negro Improvement and African Communities League, or, and I say this very lightly, the UNIAA-ACL for short. I say for short, not that much shorter really, is it? Not really, but never mind. Anyway, so he, like it says there, he was also the founder of the Black Star Line, which was set up to become a shipping and passenger boating line, much like the White Star Line, where the Titanic came from, and it helped displaced African natives to return to their ancestral lands. So anyone who got shipped over to the Americas or Southern America, well, it's Americas, isn't it? Southern America, North America, and even the Caribbean, back to Africa if they so choose. And he inspired a global mass movement which was built around the economic empowerment focused on and around Africa, known as Garveyism. So he had a whole movement named after him. You must be a mover and shaker if you have an entire political movement, a way of thinking named after you. So yeah, top guy. The Garveyism itself was a political movement spread to envelop large areas of the Caribbean, Central America and Canada. So basically, as I said, everyone who was shipped out of Africa during the slavery years were basically prompted to say, look, this is your life. Do what you want to do. Do not be oppressed. We do not like oppression. We still don't like oppression. I think, yeah, I'm not going to get into this. This could lead to arguments. But yes, it's for them to not be impressed. Do what they want to do. Do not be ruled by anyone, whatever colour of their skin. Now, he was one of 11 children born to his Mason father in, I believe it was Kingston in Jamaica. And out of those 11, only himself and a sister called Indiana survived to adulthood. That's how bad it was for not so much poverty, because they weren't an impoverished family as such. In fact, they had a very large library, which is why Marcus was so literate at such a young age and why he went on to become what he became. I think it was more to do with just general diseases and the way it was in that part of the world at that time. So it was unlucky, I suppose. So he was born in 1887, and in 1910 he left Jamaica, and in 1912 came to London to study law and philosophy for 2 years. And then in 1914 he returned to Jamaica and set up the UNIAA, which later became the UNIAA-ACL. In 1919 though, while living in New York, Garvey survived an assassination attempt after having 4 shots fired at him. One hit him in his right leg, I believe, and the other grazed his scalp. his assistant, through quick thinking, managed to save his life, because I think it was a pretty bad shot to his leg, and he ended up marrying her, albeit for a small amount of time. I think they were only married for about 2 to 3 years, but yeah, he went on to marry her. Is that the sort of, falling in love with your saviour? I don't know. A bit like Speed. Have you ever seen the film Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock? Good film. But they hooked up at the end, and there's a special term for it. I forget what it's called right now, but it's got something to do with falling in love with your saviour. Because they saved your life, basically. It's not real love, but even so. Again, I'm not saying that he didn't love the lady. He did marry her. That's not a decision you take lightly. Well, these days it might be, but then it was, it was frowned upon. If you were divorced, not good. Unless you're obviously a big political leader like Marcus, because he got married again. But we won't go into that. But yeah, so he got hit twice, and the assailant was arrested and detained. But the day afterwards, whilst in prison, he committed suicide by leaping from the 3rd floor tier of the prison. So, not the most secure of prisons, shall we say? That's it's not letting prisoners jump off roofs. I would say is pretty high up in the priority list as far as looking after the prisoners are concerned, and making sure they serve their time rather than, getting out of it, be it by hook or crook, or throwing yourself off a 3rd tier window. But never mind. He died on the 10th of June 1940, aged 52 years old. So he's quite young. And this was after suffering 2 strokes. So, you have 1 stroke. People could say you were lucky and, it's just your body telling you to slow down. But 2 strokes, yeah, your body's pretty much saying it's had enough. Yeah, he had 2 strokes. But due to the travel restrictions because of World War II at the time, his body was interred within the lower crypt of St Mary's Catholic Cemetery in London. And it was kept there for 20 years. Now I say interred. It wasn't buried. It was just popped into a crypt. And it was there for 20 years. That's pretty savage. But after 20 years, he was transported back to Jamaica and buried within a shrine in the National Heroes Park in Kingston, Jamaica, where the government proclaimed him their first national hero. So there you go. A pretty interesting guy. Now, a lot of his wiki is all about the political side of things, and I don't want to bore you with all that, but again, it is worth reading because it does show where a lot of the black independence movement started, really. In fact, another small fact for you: Malcolm X's parents met at a Marcus Garvey, I want to say concert, that's not the right word, like speech. That they met at a speech by Marcus Garvey. So there you go, another big black political figure, Malcolm X. Again, we could go down the whole, he was, a terrorist, but we won't do that. Malcolm X, big black political figure. We'll leave it there. Let's not cause any more controversy. So that's Marcus Garvey for you. Anyway, he has with him a Persian translator. This scholar will improve your communication with indigenous tribes. And we have a native scout. No one is better in scouting unknown regions. And then we have Donkey, good old Donkey. He carries stuff for us. Whiskey, rope, machetes, extra bullets, and shovels are all to our liking. Well, I say that, we're not too fussed on shovels, but the rest I'm sure will come in useful. So let us crack on. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, dear friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honour our most famous Explorer person? Word is it that you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I'm afraid to tell you that you are not the only candidate. You'd have thought I've got used to read this by now. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer in our club. And we are against Isabella Bird, Alexander David Neal, Johann Huizinga, and Charles Darwin. Now go explore, adventure awaits. Certain death, yes. Right, let's crack on. The Desperate Jungle. Not a bad one to start with. I've had worse named jungles. Early that morning I made haste and arrived at the docks. The captain had yet to arrive, so I took some pleasure in envisaging my name in the newspapers. A wealthy foreigner named Sa'adai Al-Majed arrived at the docks. He explained that he used to live in the area we were heading to before joining an expedition to come to London. He had achieved the respect of the city folk and requested that I find his wife in his former village and guide her to London. Why not? Why not? I accepted his request to find and return his wife. He nodded thankfully and wished us luck. I rejoiced as the ship was prepared for departure. Well, we better go set sail then. Expedition 1. Now, what are you generating for me? Oh, shovels! I have shovels already. Don't need any more shovels unless you want to give me a treasure map. So, to region map as always. There's quite a few question marks straight away, which is great. What is going on? I was deeply absorbed in my studies about this area as we reached the land of our imminent adventure. We had arrived, and it was time to sally forth. The expense of this endeavour is outrageous. We need to find more treasure. I wholeheartedly agree, Taraneh Baba, who is a racist. Great, you're going to get on fine in our group, aren't you, being the only female? I think you've picked the wrong trek to come on, Taraneh Baba. And then we have Xabodus, we'll go for. Who, yeah, you're cool. You're a cool dude. You've got some horns hanging off your ears, but yeah, apart from that. Now, Donkey, what are you named? Tell me. Mr. Hawk. We have Ethan Hawke's donkey with us. Fantastic. Let's crack on. Thankfully, the affluent foreigner had indicated the location of his former village on our map. I was curious to see if we would find his beloved there. Me too. Wow. No messing about here. Let's crack on. Do I want to crack on? Do I really want to crack on? We need to get back to the ship anyway, so we could always hit the village last, I suppose. No, let's hit the village first. Yes, we can afford to take on a person if somebody wants to join us. Okay, enter the village. This evening we reached a village. Its inhabitants looked like fearless and intimidating warriors. As I observed the tribe, I noticed one woman was somewhat out of place. She was the wife I had been tasked to escort back to London. Without further ado, she happily joined our trek and began to show us around the village. Cool. We were guided into the village by a crowd of cheering kids. Our good reputation had preceded us here. Upon our arrival, Taraneh Baba began to converse with the natives. Hello! Right, what are we going to do? Well, let's recruit first. I asked around to find out if some locals were enterprising enough to seek fame and glory. A few moments later, I had assembled some volunteers and needed to decide who to recruit. So we had Gubby, the warrior. Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. What are you? Stealth. Vahil, the animal handler, who will help my inventory size, which is pretty handy. And then we have Yalu, the animal handler. Same thing applies there. What do we have so far? We have the translator who has blue dice. We have red and blue dice. And where's our green dice? We've actually got a good mix of dice to start, which is great. With that in mind, though, we do only have the one set of red dice, don't we? So we're probably best going for Gooby, the warrior. Yes, we'll go for Gooby. Gooby the warrior joined the trek. We felt comfortable in the midst of the overjoyed villagers. Well, let's trade. What do you have for me? Well, you can have all my shovels. I don't care for shovels. How much is your ivory worth? Oh, can I have the jewels as well? Oh, look at that. What about a cocoa leaf? No, push my luck. That's fine. I can live with the jewels. I settled on a trade with the villagers. Well, let's get out of here before we upset them. In a heartbreaking ceremony, Tunikuj said farewell to her tribe. As we left, she mentioned that she would like to visit a holy shrine in the vicinity to receive a blessing for her travels. She marked the location of the shrine on our map. Oh, where are you? Oh, well, there you be. Not going to pop open? No? Okay, that's fine. No worries. In which case, let us travel southwards next. And hopefully get down to this one question mark. It's pretty open, so also once we get to this side, we should see if there's anything down here, which there isn't. That's fine. A trading caravan had pitched up camp here. The mysteriously dressed trader had a lot of valuable goods on offer. All of them had undoubtedly been used before, probably during other unsuccessful expeditions. He proudly presented us with a selection of his wares. We could not help but think that he was hiding something from us. Right, so, well, binoculars. I like binoculars. Binoculars are good. How much are binoculars? Wow. Do you like jewels? No, not that much. Okay. Have we got a decent set of dice, do I dare give up my bullets? It's still not enough anyway. Machete. You like machete? No. So it's going to take my bullets and my machete. Wow, okay. And a rope? No. No, we're not going to do that. The merchant seemed anxious regarding our possible return to steal his worldly possessions. Damn right, with your prices. Jeez. Someone needs to steal, and it's not going to be me. No siree. Let's drink. 26 for 26. Do we risk it for a biscuit? I haven't been quite lucky recently when it's been close to my sanity limit. Let's push our luck. Let's push our luck. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we're fine. Enter the stone circle. We came across a stone circle that seemed to be man-made. There were inscriptions painted upon each rock. Perhaps they formed a kind of map. So it can reveal the ruins or reveal the camp points. Or leave. Reveal the camp points. Let's do the ruins. I haven't... Let's do the ruins. Yeah, just as I suspected. Right, okay. This isn't good. This isn't good. We've got nothing. What do you guys do? That's stealth. Oh yeah, because she's a shaman, so we have the mushrooms. You viewing distance and geographical information, and you are just Sandy Game of Mexican villages. You are not useful now. You are probably the most useful. So let's upgrade you. Oh, they're going to start eating each other. They're all natives. That sounds horribly racist, Padge. They're all natives, so they're bound to eat each other. Let's see. As it turns out, there's a bit in this area. There's a bit in this area. Examine. We stood before a temple comprised of huge stones. It was a bold testament to the power of its creators. Grand stairs led up to an enormous doorway. A thick layer of sand seemed to surround the structure. Let's have a look. We had found a sacred altar room. We quietly looked around the majestic hall. All steps echoed as we approached the sacred altar. That was our, not all. Our steps. God! I would not leave empty-handed. The treasure was to be mine. We took the treasure and proceeded outside as the whole area around us began to wither and die. A drastic climate shift ravaged this region, and we were responsible. That's okay. History is written by the winners. We are winners. We'll just say it was just some freak thing that happened. Here we go. Here we go. Who's eating who? I already withdrawn myself when I was awoken by a loud gunshot. I immediately ran to aid Gooby against an attack, but to my horror I found him dead on the ground, killed through my own gun. A tragic accident? I cried all night. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. As it turns out, I had a feeling that he probably wouldn't have stuck around at the end of the expedition anyway. So, not a major one. Not a major one. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Aha. Today we made a fantastic discovery. A decayed shipwreck laid in front of us. As far as I could tell, it must have been some kind of pirate ship. It was a wonder that it hadn't collapsed yet. I made an effort to read the name. The Alanson Rosalinda. Calm down, we are doing well. I was confident we would find something valuable here. We formed small teams and scoured the place. Food. That's what we found. Food. No food. But we got some dynamite. That's pretty cool. And we can house everything. So let's take it all. As we departed, we noticed that our presence had attracted ravenous wildlife. Oh dear. Do we do anything for meat? No. Nothing at all. Do we risk it for a biscuit? 29, 33. We'll do it, because if we get attacked, that's no problems. Oh, I found the pyramid. Awesome. The pyramid of gold was our goal, but for the claiming. The pyramid of gold was our goal, but for the claiming. The sweet smell of achievement. The pyramid of gold was our goal, but for the claiming. Okay. So we'll enter the pyramid. Our vessel awaited. Hooray! Sanity. Right, that should hopefully help us get down here. Yeah, barely. Barely. We just want to avoid the mosquito. Let's do it. We're going to encroach on madness, I feel, here. Here we go. We were exhausted and terribly hungry. As the night fell, Tunny Kudge approached me with a suggestion. If we butchered one of our animals, we would regain much needed energy and instill new hope. No! I refuse. I refuse the proposal. Tunny Kudge became irrational and not open to any discussion. I don't care, you leave me at the end. Carry on. Oh dear. Come on. Surprise attack. Yep. Boom. 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 We're fine. We're fine. Roll them up. Oh, that's rubbish. What's that? Evade. No, that's no good. If we pull out 2 bullets. Precise attack. And we'll take a riposte as well. We'll see what else we roll. Another precise attack. Leaves 2. Let's roll again. Right of Unity. Can I throw a bullet in there? Curse of Poison. Can I throw in another bullet? No. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of damage, although he's going to have 1 left now. So it should be deed next time. Oh, wow. So are we. Okay. Right of Unity. What's that? Nothing. Okay. Right, we're going to do that to get the heal. And then we're just going to use a bullet. Or even a riposte. Because why not? We deprive the remains of anything useful. Nothing is useful. Funds 20, funds 5. We will take the skin. Yes. And move on. I'm not liking this. I think I've overstretched ourselves. Oh, at least we've opened everything. Okay, right. Right, so we're going to have to sally up here for a bit. Our trek ceased at a place of outstanding natural splendour. The water had a strong colouring. Its healing capabilities were more than obvious. Awesome. I instructed the trek to halt and allowed everyone to rest. The trials and tribulations were wearing us down. It was difficult to ignite the fire. Depressingly so. I was returning from a small scouting trip when I heard some laughter at the camp. Curious, I listened to them and noticed to my anger that Zabudus was apparently imitating me. The group immediately hushed when they noticed me, but I feared my authority was already damaged. Which one are you? Which one are you? You bastard. Just because you... Is that just because you're bleeding? We got no time to bleed, Zabudus. Jeez. Nah, let it slip. I decided that the situation was already stressful enough and did not want to make much ado over a comparatively minor event. Yes. Let us rest. Maybe heal a little. Days went by pleasantly. It was most trying to convince people to pack up the crates as we prepared to leave. Bathing in the hot springs had astoundingly healed our wounds. Awesome, let's rest again. Just make sure we're nice and healed. We prepared camp to recuperate. One could cut the tension with a butter knife as we sat and stared into the fire. While huddled around the campfire, we heard that what sounded like a fight coming from nearby. A young native was striving to fend off a wild creature. Well, let's help him. You said creature, not creatures. Creature. Well, at least we're healed up, I suppose. It looks like we're going to be using our bullet and probably most of our dynamite. So, first things first. Oh, that was the wrong button. That's what I meant to press. Righty. So if we do that, that's a multi-attack of 6. How much health do they have? 14. But if I do that, that's 8, but we take damage as well. That's probably better. Yeah, that's probably better, he says. And then if we do that and that, Curse of Poison or Rite of Healing. Rite of Healing's probably best right about now. We're going to hold on to these and roll again. A Cutting Riposte. A take it down to 3 and then roll again. I can't throw another one in, can I? No. Right, here we go. Time to take an ass kicking. That wasn't the worst. That wasn't the worst. Roll. Roll again. Are you kidding me? Roll again. Okay, we're just going to have to take the hit, I think. Just to make sure they're dead. We deprive the remains of anything useful. So we'll take everything. We'll take everything. We can afford to take everything. And we shall carry on resting. Oh, so the guy joined me, I presume. Everyone enjoyed the sojourn. It was most trying to convince people to pack up the crates as we prepared to leave. Bathing in the hot springs had astoundingly healed our wounds. Oh yeah, that's good. We'll leave them. Right, so we're done. That is this place explored. Just need to get back. What is it to get back? 109. Wow. Well, there is nothing to help me along the way, so I might as well just keep on trekking. And there's nothing I can do here to help with helping me level up at all, is there? I don't think. Can I be eaten less cooked? Yeah, so that's no good anyway. Let's, yeah, almost doubling what we need to. Oh, this isn't good. Well, let's risk it. There's nothing else I can do. I can't stop halfway, so we'll just crack on and hope for the best. Are we going for a butterfly? Nice. Yep, now the evil comes. Our group was becoming overwrought, and a discussion between Tarana Baba and Exabodus escalated into a raucous argument. A moment later, the pair were throwing fisticuffs and trying to strangle each other with grave intentions. Bloody natives. Right, so we can arrest Exabodus, or we can arrest Tarana Baba. Well, I'm going to try and arrest Exabodus because you were taking the mickey out of me. Don't stand for that. There we go. We tackled Exabodus and separated the two. The pair simmered down, but there lingered ill will between them. Right. Well, yeah. We tally on. Nothing else we can do. We tally on. I think I have a fever. There's nothing wrong with you, Tarana. Jeez. Here we go. Once again. Who's going to die now? I was sleeping well when I was awoken by laughter. Curious, I listened to them and noticed to my anger that Tarana Baba was mocking my quest for glory. The group immediately hushed when they noticed me, but I feared my reputation was already damaged. I don't care. We haven't eaten for days. They're okay to get angry. That's fine. I decided that the situation was already stressful enough and did not want to make much ado over such a comparatively minor event. Yes, me. Just what I thought. Come on, all we got to do is make it to the village. That's all we need to do. I'm tired. We're all tired, Tarana. Oh, God. What now? We were exhausted and terribly hungry. As the night fell, Exabodus approached me with a suggestion. If we butchered one of our animals, we would regain much-needed energy and instill new hope. No! Which part of no do you not understand? I could not lose a precious animal. Exabodus was incensed by my decision. You suck, dude. You suck. Right, let's enter the village. We returned to the village. Are they okay with us? The villagers had been awaiting us. They surely had advance word of our arrival. They were cautious, but politely offered their help, perhaps to see us leave sooner. Upon our arrival, Tarana Baba began to converse with the natives. Let's trade again. Right, so what do we want off you? Not a lot. The thing is, this is going to get removed after the expedition. So we might as well get rid of them and then just trade it for something we can use next time. I think. Well, we've got quite a few things to sell. Let's go for the spears. No, not 5. 2 and a horn. 2 and some cocoa. No? How about a rope? And a cocoa? And a rope? 2 ropes? Yeah, why not? Deal. I settled on a trade with the villagers. Let's go. I told the men to pack up and headed out as new adventures awaited us. So if I eat those, I'm feeling revitalized. That should get us back to the ship. No more problems. Awesome. We returned to our ship. Laying eyes on her again made me a little homesick. Well, let's sail home victorious then. Victoriously, all the way. With all the compiled information on the Golden Pyramid, my work here was done. I judged on what we had gained versus what we had lost. Our vessel set a course for home. I could not wait to read the story of our return in the newspaper. After weeks of travelling, tremendous relief overcame me. I knew that the name Marcus Garvey would be forever remembered. For fame and glory! Wow, well, we just about managed to get through that. That was a bit touch and go at times. I did not enjoy that. That was not a nice first expedition. Hopefully, though, it doesn't set out how we're going to be for the next few expeditions. This will be a good one. I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling. And by saying that, I've now done it. I have doomed the expedition. For Queen and country! I'm overwhelmed. Right, okay, so we have Desert Explorer, reduce movement costs in deserts. We have Waterproof, reduce costs in shallow rivers. And we have Good Reputation. Start each expedition with a standing bonus. That is the most useful. Yes, good reputation. Let me see. Hooray! So kind of you. Right, so we're up there with the best of them. What have we brought back with us which we can sell? Well, we've got a few bits of gold, so we'll gift that. We'll sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, gift that. That puts us quite a bit ahead. Then we'll keep the teeth. And then we'll gift that. That's a nice lead. Decent amount of money. Kit's okay for the time being anyway. There's only a few things I need to buy. Looking good. It was a bit touch and go as far as the expedition's concerned, but we've come out trumps. Tip top. Awesome, even. Awesome. So let's have a quick look, see where we're going to go next time. We can choose from the dead end jungle. Well, technically they're all dead ends because we've always got to make our way back to the ship. Never mind. Or the Yalampani drylands. That's got a sacrificial throne. Altar, that's the word I'm looking for. Sacrificial altar. That one is just full of pyramids, so it's probably going to be the dead end jungle in all honesty. But we'll have a look next time. Thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.